So in the previous class we discussed fitting of straight line. The next one is nothing but fitting of parabola. So listen girls, under curve fitting we are going to discuss fitting of different curves, fitting of a straight line, fitting of a parabola, fitting of exponential curves and fitting of power curves as I have listed in the previous class. So before fitting any of the curve, you should know its form. Straight line form is nothing but a plus bx. So the second degree, what is the degree of this polynomial? It is the polynomial of degree 1. Second degree polynomial is nothing but bx plus cx square. I think this is constant, has 0 degree. Here the two variables are x and y, not a comma b. These two are unknown constant. Y is equal to ax plus bx, a plus bx plus cx square. So this is of second degree parabola. Exponential curves are of this form. Y is equal to a e power bx and a b power x, and y is equal to a x power b is nothing but power curve. So all of you should learn these four forms and write in your notebook each for 3 times: straight line, parabola, and these two are exponential curves and power curves. The writing procedure for any of these curves starts with, just take out your notes, whatever you have written for the fitting of straight line. What is the first sentence you have started? Here we are going to consider the bivariate data. First you should specify the data. Let xi yi be the data collected on two random variables x comma y, where these are paired observations. Paired means we will have equal number of observations on both the variables x comma y. So you need to write, this is the common line for all fitting, either fitting of straight line, this or whatever may be. Any of these curves starts with the same line called, let xi yi be the data collected on two random variables x comma y. Then you should specify the curve which you are going to fit. In the fitting of straight line, you have specified that y is equal to a plus bx is the line to be fitted. As here we are fitting the parabola or second degree parabola, its form is nothing but y is equal to a plus bx plus cx square. What are the two variables here? The two variables are x comma y. A, b, c are the constants. I already said you that to write these three constants within the brackets. For the straight line also we wrote y is equal to a plus bx, where a comma b comma c are the constants. Why to write or why to specify these means you need to get those many equations. So in the previous fitting of straight line, as you have two variables two constants a comma b, you got two equations called two normal equations, if dou s by dou a is equal to 0, dou s by dou b is equal to 0. Here we have three constants, so we are going to get three equations. So to find these constants a comma b comma c, we use principle of least squares. What does principle of least squares tells? That sum of squares of errors is minimum. Sum of squares of errors is minimum. So to find out those three unknown constants, you should make use of principle of least squares, which tells that the sum of squares of errors is minimum. So how do you define error? Error is, I said you write down y minus the curve which you are going to fit, a plus bx plus cx square. If it is for the straight line, we wrote y minus a plus bx. Here as the line to be fitted is this, we are writing that as y minus a plus bx plus cx square. This is error. S denotes sum of squares of error. As sum we write with sigma, sum of squares of error. I think this is the one you need to write. Sum error is nothing but y minus a plus bx plus cx square whole square. Sum of squares of error. As you have n number of values on each of the variable, you should attach the suffix I to each of the variables x comma y. So this is nothing but s. S we are defining as error sum of squares. So error is nothing but y minus the curve which we are fitting. In the previous one we wrote y minus a plus bx. Here y minus a plus bx plus cx square. S is equal to error sum of squares. Sum means sigma, error square. Here error I have substituted. As you have n number of observations, you will attach a suffix I to each of the variables. Clearly here the variables are x comma y, not a b c. So we are attaching I to each of these variables x comma y. Now what does this PLA consist? S is to be minimized. The error sum of squares is to be minimized. For S to be minimum, if you want to minimize S, I think you have three constants. You should find out dou S by dou A and equal it to 0, and dou S by dou B equal it to 0, dou S by dou C equal it to 0. Then how many equations you are going to get? 1, 2, 3. As you have three constants, you'll get three equations. In the straight line you have only y is equal to a plus bx. So you have there only two normal equations. Dou S by dou A is equal to 0, dou S by dou C. So here you have one more constant. So you'll get another equation corresponding to C. So let us the same one. What is S here? S is sigma yi minus a plus bxi plus cxi square whole square. Let us find out dou S by dou A. So the similar one, it is in the form of x square. This is 2 sigma yi minus a plus bxi plus cxi square into the inner derivative of this function with respect to a. As we are differentiating partially, all other variables other than a are treated as constant. So there is no a here. The inner derivative will be 0 here. Minus, you have minus here, so it will be minus a. What is the derivative of minus a with respect to a? Minus 1. There is no a term here. You will get 0, 0. So this is nothing but again you will get minus in front of 2. Minus 2 sigma yi minus a minus bxi minus cxi. No 2 here, as 2x, x square derivative is 2x. So dou S by dou A is equal to 0, which you will get as 2 sigma yi minus a minus bxi minus cxi square is equal to 0. The same logic. So otherwise if you take this minus 2 to the RHS, you will get sigma yi minus a minus bxi minus cxi square is equal to 0. Let us take this sigma to each and every term. Sigma yi minus sigma a minus, as b is independent of I, the summation is running on I, so you can take out b out of the summation. B sigma xi, c sigma xi square is equal to 0. So this is sigma yi. Sigma 1, if you take out a out of this, sigma 1 is nothing but n minus b sigma xi minus c sigma xi square is equal to 0. If you shift all these terms to the RHS, you will get sigma yi is equal to an plus b sigma xi plus c sigma xi square. So let us name this as 2. Similarly, what is the other constant you have? B. B is the other constant. Let us find out dou S by dou B. This S is there, so it is again in the form of x square. Its derivative is 2 sigma yi minus a plus bxi plus cxi square whole power. X square derivative is 2x. So what is the inner derivative of this function with respect to b? As it is partially differentiated, all other terms that doesn't involve b can be treated as constants, and the derivative is going to be 0. So there is no b term here, so its derivative is 0. There is no b term here, minus 0. Here you have b, so plus into minus minus, b derivative is 1, you will get xi. Similarly in cxi square you don't have 0, it's b. So again if you take this minus here, minus, you have xi also, xi into yi minus a minus bxi. I have resolved this bracket. So I got minus in front of each of these terms. So dou s by dou b should be equal to 0. So you'll get minus 2 sigma. Let us multiply this xi yi minus axi minus bxi square minus cxi cube is equal to 0. Again, if you take this minus 2 to the RHS, so remember that always you will get minus while differentiating. Don't multiply this with minus. Better you put this minus along with 2 for both straight line and this parabola. So if you take out this minus 2 to the RHS, 0 by minus 2 is 0. So this sigma xi yi minus axi minus bxi square minus cxi cube is equal to 0. Let us take this sigma to each and every terms. So I think you have a and xi. What does the summation always runs on? I. So there is no I in a, that can be taken out of the sigma. A sigma xi minus similarly b sigma xi square minus c sigma xi cube is equal to 0. Again shift these three terms to RHS. You will get sigma xi yi is equal to a sigma xi plus b sigma xi square plus c sigma xi cube. This is, let us name this as equation number 3. We have differentiated s partially with respect to a, equated it to 0. We got another one equation. We have partially differentiated s with respect to b. We got another equation. What is the other constant left here in s? C is the other constant left. So you need to find out dou s by dou c. So you will get 2 sigma yi minus a plus bxi plus cxi square. So you need to find out the derivative with respect to c, the entire one. There is no c term here. You will get 0 here. There is no c term, 0 minus 0. Here you have c. C derivative is 1. You will get minus xi square. So again here the same logic, 0 0 0 minus you put in front of 2 minus xi square. You have yi minus bxi minus cxi square. Again you should equate dou s by dou c is equal to 0. So how much you will get? Minus 2 sigma xi square into yi minus a minus bxi minus cxi square is equal to 0. Again take this term to the RHS. You will get sigma xi square y minus a minus bxi minus cxi square is equal to 0. Let us multiply this xi square with each term and apply this sigma to each and every term. I think you'll understand, no need to repeat again, better you understand. So you shift all these terms to the RHS. You will get sigma xi square yi is equal to a sigma xi square plus b sigma xi cube plus c sigma xi power 4 is equal to xi power. Let us name this as equation number 4. So by equating dou s by dou a is equal to 0, we got equation number 2. By equating dou s by dou b is equal to 0, we got another equation called 3. By equating dou s by dou c is equal to 0, we got another equation 4. These 4 are called normal equations. There also we wrote the same. What is your aim here? Your objective is to find out ABC. So let us write those 3 equations here. The first equation is this. I will tell you how to write the equations also. This is the first equation we got by differentiating with respect to A. And by differentiating with respect to B, we got this equation. You check better you check it the previous page. This is the third equation we got by differentiating with respect to C. So from all these equations, these totals means before sigma, totals we indicate with sigma. All these totals can be obtained from the given data. We'll be having 3 equations. Solve those 3 equations. You'll get the values for A, B, C. Let that A comma A hat comma B hat comma C hat be the values obtained after solving these 3 equations. Then the fitted equation will be y hat is equal to A hat plus b hat plus c hat x square. Girls, now listen how to write the normal equations directly. As of now, we have discussed two fittings, a plus bx and the other one a plus bx plus cx square. What is your objective in curve fitting? You need to find out these two here. You need to find out these three here. How do you find out those three? By using the common principle called PLI. So what does the PLI states to minimize S? So how many constants you have here? A comma b. So how many equations you will get? Two normal equations here. How many normal equations you will get here? Three normal equations. So I think you need to solve, you will get numerical problem in practical also. Let us see how to write the normal equations directly, the shortcut way. But you should learn the procedure for theory exam. At the same time, you should know how to write the normal equations. So with respect to A, you are going to get one normal equation. What is the coefficient of A here? Coefficient of A is nothing but 1 here. Okay, no other term here. So 1 is the coefficient. So you multiply with the coefficient of A on both sides. I think you will get the same equation. Now you put sigma in front of each the term. Sigma. Okay. Sigma 1. Here sigma. You will get sigma y is equal to sigma 1 is nothing but n. B sigma x. I think this is the normal equation. With respect to you take out your notebook straight line. This is the normal equation with respect to A, with respect to B. What is the coefficient of B here? X is the coefficient, am I right? X is the coefficient. The same equation you multiply with this coefficient on LHS and RHS. XY is equal to AX plus BX square. Multiply the coefficient of with the coefficient of X on LHS and RHS. XY is equal to AX plus BX square. Now take a summation on both sides. I think this is the second normal equations. Okay, here how many constants we have? 3 constants. With respect to A, you will get one normal equation. What is the coefficient of A here? 1. So the equation you should multiply with that. I think you will get the same equation. Now you take the summation sigma yi. A sigma 1. Always remember sigma 1 is nothing but n. So an plus b sigma x plus c sigma x square. What is the coefficient of b here? Is x. You multiply with x on both sides. This equation xy is equal to ax plus bx square plus cx cube. Now take the summations on both sides. Sigma xy. A is a constant with respect to a variable. A sigma x plus b sigma x square plus c sigma x. Putting I is not a big issue. You can put I also. What is you will get another normal equation. Coefficient of what is coefficient of c here? X square. You multiply with x square on RHS and LHS of the basic equation. X square y is equal to ax square plus bx cube plus cx cube. Cx power 4. X square into y, a into x square, b into x cube, c into x power 4. Now take the summations on both sides. I think these are the 3 normal equations just now we got. You should remember in this way to write the normal equations directly. Okay.